So y'all listen. We got some good topics for y'all today, but we're gonna kick it off and talk about a big breaking news that happened out of nowhere. Week 5 just ended. I mean, we're not even midway through the season. Trade deadline not here yet. And Robert Saleh is fired already. We talking about AJ's coach of the year prediction. You know, he's very high on the Jets. So, AJ, you gotta kick this one off. Was it the right move for the Jets to make this decision right now to fire Robert Saleh? Floor is yours.
Man, first off, I just want to say the same thing I said off the record, man. They did my dog dirty, bruh. They did him dirty, man. They had him come in, asked him a few questions. Then they said, hey, security, come over here real quick. Hey, show Buddy the door real quick. Show him the door. You fire it. We don't want you back. No, they didn't make the right decision. And I think it's real whack. I think it's real scapegoatish. I think that they were looking for someone to blame for their early struggles, and they're looking in the wrong place. What is Robert Saleh known for?
Defense.
Robert Saleh is known for defense. It's not offense. He ain't the one out there throwing interceptions. He's not the one out there drawing up offensive plays. That's not what he's known for whatsoever. He's known for defense. The Jets defense is second overall in the NFL right now, number 2. They're second in yards allowed per game. They're 4th in sacks. They're 7th in points allowed per game. Them numbers, those are the numbers of an elite defense. Now, I'm going to say this now before everybody, he go throw the stats out there. A lot of numbers throwing y'all way today. I'm throwing a lot of numbers at y'all today. You know what I'm saying? So like I said again, 2nd overall, 2nd in yards allowed, 4th in sacks, 7th in points allowed per game. That's an elite defense. Now we look at the offense. Joe, I seen the stat. I saw a stat right after the Vikings game. Threw me for a loop, bruh. Had me chuckling. The Jets offense in 2023, I don't know if you've seen this stat. The Jets offense in 2023, they scored 93 points. 93 points. Joe, and this is up to this point last season. Joe, do you want to take a wild guess at how many points the Jets have at this point in the season?
93?
93 points. 93 points, bro. 93 points. This is without Aaron Rodgers in the lineup. Aaron Rodgers is in the lineup, and he's doing the same exact job as buddy Zach Wilson, who was there last year. The same exact job. Aaron Rodgers, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a little over 1,000 passing yards, 49.1 QBR. This is something that needs to be said about Aaron Rodgers. Not only did I pick Robert Saleh to win Coach of the Year, I also picked Aaron Rodgers to be Comeback Player of the Year. Aaron Rodgers has not looked the same since he lost Devontae Adams in Green Bay. It's been that long. It's been that long. He lost Devontae. The following season, I gave him a pass. He playing with a lot of young guys. The chemistry not there yet. I gave him a pass, even though we seen Jordan Love come in there a year later and go crazy, right? Get them to the playoffs, make a little run. I gave Aaron Rodgers a pass. You know, you need that. You need those veterans out there. They ain't had that chemistry with the OG, with the All-Pro, with the MVP. It is what it is. You come out last season, you tear your Achilles. Okay. Give him a pass. It is what it is. Now this season, you come in, you got a defense that's balling out. You got Garrett Wilson. You got Alan Lazard. You got Mike Williams. You got pieces to throw the football to, and he looks, bro. Now we're going to talk about the Vikings a little later because we got to talk about them too. But he looks suspect, bro. And there's no way around that. So if you want to look in one place, look at the guy who didn't want to come to OTAs because he wanted to take a trip. Look at the guy who pushing off his head coach when he's excited because he made a play and scored. Look at that guy. That's where the attention should be. Look at the running game. Look at the passing game. Because this defense, which Robert Saleh is responsible for, which is what he's known for, is doing everything it can to help Aaron Rodgers out. The Vikings offense up to this point was balling. Sam Darnold up to this point was balling. Joe, I had Sam Darnold in my fantasy lineup. You know how many points he gave me against the Jets?
How many?
6. 6. Maybe 6 points, bro, against that Jets defense. And Aaron Rodgers, you can't find a way to win that game? You too busy giving points to the other team, allowing interceptions to be returned for touchdowns. Again, we're going to talk about the Vikings in a minute because we got to touch on them as well. That's a little later. But They made a terrible decision. And this has to fall more on Aaron Rodgers than anybody. Not to his credit, I did at one point think Aaron Rodgers was the main person who was pushing this potentially. But then I found out later on that he was blindsided as well. Reports say he was blindsided. Who knows what's really going on behind the scenes? Him getting escorted out of the door by security makes it sound like it's more to the story, possibly, maybe. Who knows what'll come out in the next few days? But if we just talking football, I don't know what they're doing over there, man. And I think Robert Saleh is just a scapegoat for terrible football.
Woo! Well said, my brother. Well said. I know you were very high on the Jets before the season. You had them winning the division. You had Robert Saleh being coach of the year, like you said, and you had your boy Aaron Rodgers being comeback player of the year. Now, it's not too late for it's too late for Robert Saleh, but it's not too late for the other two. But Robert Saleh, if I'm you, sit by the phone. Kyle Shanahan will hit you up a little bit because they need you. They need you bad. Listen, man.
Philly might hit you up too, low key. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, keep the phone right there, like you said. Keep the phone right there.
Before I go, let me get a shout out to Cardo. He's been a member for 14 months now. How about them Cowboys? Steelers couldn't do the job.
Man. Hit him with the here you go. Here we go.
He won a touchdown too. You got them high after throwing 2 interceptions. Dang. But listen, man.
They was hey, my bad for interrupting. The Steelers was forced to score a little bit more, and
you gonna let your
conversation. Hey, but they did their thing last week. They dropped 24 last week.
This week.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
But look, though.
Just saying.
All the pressure now, AJ. All the pressure is on Aaron Rodgers. I mean, we thought Aaron Rodgers had pressure before. He got pressure now. You're right. He skipped mandatory camp. Like we talking about mandatory and things that's not mandatory. Two different things, right? You don't gotta show up volunteer stuff. But when it's mandatory, as a leader, be there. Man, AJ, I know you remember this. Remember Tom Brady led the Patriots, went to the Buccaneers, and then COVID happened, right? COVID happened. And he had a new weapons. And they couldn't even do OTAs, none of that stuff. What did he do? They was in a park practicing. And they got penalized for that. He got fined for that because he wasn't supposed to do that. He went out his way in COVID to try to get the rapport good with him and his teammates. Aaron Rodgers in Egypt. Like, come on, man. So that's irritating. And like you said, you said all the numbers. But look, 49ers game happened. What will Robert Saleh say in the press conference? The defense is going to get it together. That's what he said.
Yep.
Since the 49ers game, AJ, they've been allowing 175 yards a game. Right now, the Titans are number 1 in the league, allowing 243. They allowing 175 since then. Also, they are allowing 13 points per game. That would be second in the league right now. And don't forget, 7 of those points came from a pick six because Aaron Rodgers, because in Minnesota. So really, they allowing less than that. So the issue ain't the defense. It's the offense. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah. That's what the real problem is. Aaron Rodgers. Because AJ, you were excited. You said, man, A-Rod there, he gonna turn it up. We all watched the 49ers game. That drive, we were like, woo! He looked good. Listen, points per game, worse in his whole career. Passing yards per game, second worst in his whole career. Right? Yards per game, so yards per pass, worse in his whole career. TD interception ratio, worse in his whole career. Passing rating, worse in his whole career. Completion percentage, second worst of his career. This is literally the worst season of his career, and he's probably playing with one of the best defenses of his career, and he's still got weapons. He got Breece Hall back there. He's got Braylon Edwards. Braylon back there. You got your boy Garrett Wilson out there. You got your old boy out of the Czars. I understand the offensive line is not what it is, but the old A-Rod, I know. He didn't have an offensive line, and he still made it work. This ain't the same A-Rod, man. I'm sorry to say. Gotta say the W word. Might be
washed.
He might be. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it yet.
At this point, bro, Joe, he got to show us that he not. His most impressive game came against the Patriots this year. Yeah, Braylon. You're singing Braylon Allen. His most impressive game came against the Patriots. And I'll admit, Joe, I was like, hey, all right. Remember I came over here like, you see Aaron Rodgers? Yes, okay. He moving. One thing I will say about it is, though, he is getting beat up, though. I will say that. He getting beat up. But we knew what the offensive line was going to be. He knew what the offensive line was going to be. Everyone knew that. I'm still expecting Aaron Rodgers with a defense that's performing like this to step up and score the football. Find ways to at least get enough field goals on the board to win these football games, man. And he's simply not getting it done, bro. Like, I know the Vikings, man, defensively, they scheming it up, man. But he just looked like he didn't belong. He looked like he did not belong, bro. He looked like he did not belong. And again, I think it hits different for me because I've given him so many passes since the loss of Devontae. People was telling me, like, yo, it ain't going to look the same without Devontae Adams. I'm like, man, y'all crazy. Just Aaron Rodgers we talking about. And literally, ever since then, he's looked, I won't say he looked terrible his last year in Green Bay, but he dang sure didn't look good. And he didn't look like a great leader. And here, he really don't look like a great leader. He really don't look like a great leader. So now, go ahead.
My bad, but also, bro, he threw the 54 times. Why? Establish the run. You know what he said in the press conference? We are establishing the run by passing first. Have I ever heard that before? I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Never.
They ran the ball 14 total times and threw the ball 54 times. And he threw 3 interceptions. 3 horrible interceptions. All 3 interceptions on third down, by the way. They are a terrible third down team this year. So I'm not going to be watched, but
I picked them to win like 13 games this year. I picked them to make a playoff run. I picked Aaron Rodgers to be the comeback player of the year and Robert Saleh to be coach of the year. And they're making me look like I don't belong on this show, Joe. You know what I'm saying? They're making me look like I don't belong. I'm in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying?
11-1.
Like, man, this is I don't even know what to say. I expected more. You know what I'm saying? I expected much more. Now they got Buffalo coming up. We're going to talk about them shortly. But who's to say it's going to get better? You know what I mean? I got the feeling it's starting to feel like it's going to get worse before it get better. And he not getting healthier as the season. I don't know when they bye week is, but he ain't getting healthier as the season progresses, bro. He not getting healthier. And all of these little knick-knack things, the knee 1 week, the ankle the next week, I still feel like the Achilles is slightly an issue that he still is trying to get used to. I still feel like that. Again, we saw him, in the Patriots game look the best. But outside of that, bro, all of these lower extremity injuries and whatever, like, bro, they not helping, especially with the offense. Like, he can't move. He can't move, bro. The man can't move.
Yeah, they got about week,
man. Oh, and another thing. Hey, Mark. Hey, I appreciate everybody that's been reaching out. A lot of y'all been reaching out, man. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm gonna be back soon. I promise you, I'm gonna be back soon. Because I missed the chats too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to time it right at this point. Because I ain't trying to come in. Oh, you only in when they win. I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? So I'll be back soon. Don't even trip. I'll be back.
But their bye week is week 12.
Okay. So they ain't got a bye week for a good minute. And this is the last thing I was gonna say. On a play that the hitman sacked him, they sent out a all-out blitz. And it's like Aaron Rodgers had never seen it before, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's like he had never seen it before. Now I understand they disguise their defenses a lot, and sometimes it looks like an all-out blitz, and they all drop back. Like, I know. But, man, he didn't look like he knew what the hot route was, the hot read was. He just sat back there. Boom, sack. It's like, Aaron, you of all people should know. I don't know, man. Get the ball to your playmakers as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Short game it up, run the ball, and figure it out from there. But firing Robert Saleh, man. And again, bro, like, what irks me about this, and we'll move on. What irks me about this, bro, is the awkwardness that's been existing between the two of them for so long now. From like you said, the mandatory OTAs to Robert Saleh trying to go for a hug and he pushes him off, and then you had the silent count, the cadence count conversation in the media, and it's like, bro, like, it's so many different ways to handle these situations, and I feel like at every turn, for the most part, Aaron Rodgers has handled these situations trash, bro. And you ain't too, bro, and you're not playing well. Like, It's one thing if you're playing out of your mind and he just like, all right, bro, then you can kind of understand it. But you're not playing well to have all these moments where you missing OTAs and doing all this extra stuff, man, throwing them under the bus in the press. I mean, I get maybe fresh off the throw a loss. You're like, why would we stop doing this, the cadence, the way I want to come on now? But again, it's a way to, these players have been players for a while. They've been in media rooms for a while. They've dealt with the media for a while. It's a number of different ways to dance around questions so that you don't throw your head coach under the bus. Same complaint I had with Jalen. Same complaint I had with Jalen, bro. Like, there are ways to dance around and not throw your coach under the bus, bro. Especially when you're not playing well. Like, bro.
That's the thing right there. We have no game to back up back up nothing you're saying.
Exactly.
We have no leeway right now. Yeah.
It don't make no kind of sense, man. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing. But